It's going to be very interesting. We go back to the same side as
it's going to be the same band. It's going to be Zaya, Azzy, and Nico.
This is where we saw first pick Zeri, right? And we haven't seen any bans change up from the side of
T1 should ban it.
Because honestly, there's no reason to. I feel like they're targeting T1 very well, so I wouldn't expect any change here either.
And Tristana is still going to be taken away from Chovy. We haven't even seen him play the Yone yet with the Sejuani. We saw in game 2. He went to Silas instead. A permafrost synergy there. Azir is going to continue to be banned here, and these are the champions that T1 have been so reliant on. And I like this adaptation because we had 12 kills in game 1, 0 deaths, 12 kills in game 2, 0 deaths for FaZe. And just force him off of what is obviously a comfort pick for him, and that Genji as a squad has operated around since her release.
Okay, Rakan, wow.
And yeah, they've won Summer last year playing around this champion, and they're currently up 2-0 as well. So I do like the ban in that regard, as it's going to be the delight priority here again. Now we have seen again the Lulu be picked into this.
It could be an Aphelios Lulu again,
and that's
to
me, outside of the mid matchup obviously not being favorable. The
really? They don't prefer the
fact
Maokai.
that the bot lead for T1, which was so pivotal in their win over KT yesterday, doesn't actually amount to that much, as Sejuani gonna go over, and the Maokai probably gonna be just given back to Peanut.
Okay, the Nautilus picked up here, and now for the first time.
Ooh, this is gonna be an interesting draft, actually.
Maokai available. Peanut looks like he wants to change it up and use a completely third style of draft here.
We get a Vi, we'll probably get Ahri mid.
Ahri is still available. See if they want to commit to it. The Maokai seems so simple, seems so strong and easy to pilot here. Poppy also very strong, obviously, into that Sejuani. I think Genji are in a way mind gaming here, saying we've got 3 incredible picks actually we can use right here in this position in draft, and you've opted into the Sejuani. But we are still winning out. We got Rakan with your support index. We got the Maokai. And Genji just looks so confident right now.
You see the book that Score was holding, the value notes? Love it. They have been getting quite a lot of value in these drafts. That's for sure. As Nila is just going to be slammed down here for this pick. So definitely not something we see all the time, and it could be very risky.
They're blinding Nila here. Shout out to our other 2 Nila players, Nongshim Jiwoo, the OG Nila, and Guma, who actually, I think, drew some bans towards this champion even yesterday, if I remember correctly. Or
Talia wouldn't be that bad for Faker.
It, though, is definitely a sign
I called Guma Draven. Oh, here we go.
With everything on the line, are going to put faith in Guma Yushi's Draven.
This is reminiscent of the Game 3 draft we saw from T1 yesterday, where they
prioritized Faker can play Talia, he should play it into Rakan.
It was the first time Azir was banned, and it felt like the pick of the Aphelios was a little bit risky in that position. This is for Genji as well, a bit of a puzzling one that we do see come out here, but it's
he's short range with the dash. He's put the E, she can't
into
play.
This Nila that showcased that Genji feel like they can win with almost anything. The Silas, I think, a great ban here. That's going to be taken away. Now, I think obviously the Silas was strong in part due to the Maokai being on the other side.
Talia probably gets banned away at some
point. Now, you can focus a little bit more on Faker if you'd like to, or protect top side against the Sejuani permafrost.
Joby could Jace mid as well.
Aatrox that goes first. Jax still available.
And you want to see a mid here that can play towards bot side. That is the main priority. You need something outside of the Nautilus, outside of the Sejuani, that already is decent setup for Draven, but the more you can get, the better. This game is going to revolve again, like the last one around Guma Yushi, but in a very different fashion. This time, it's get him ahead early, keep him snowballing, and I think the Yone would have worked very well in that style of composition for Genji, and is going to get taken away.
I think Talia is still very strong here for both squads. Obviously going to be able to make it a large impact bottom side if they can get Prio. But definitely one that if you blind can be punished here. I think the Yone ban here does kind of lead into Faker potentially considering playing it. See what this final ban is going to be. LeBlanc similar situation is going to be taken away from Faker. Let's see where they're going to put this counter pick. Obviously, if you want to get Jax, you know, it's up and available here. They are going to go for that Talia like I was suggesting instead here, leaving Xayah
now
the
you can go for a Talia counter.
And Talia so strong at getting those early leads, and for the first time, T1 will have a lot of agency to try to play through top and bottom side with the mid, as long as Faker can stand up to that pressure mid against Chovy.
Ahri's so bad into Talia.
It's about to get very interesting. We were looking for Prio in mid. We also need some extra dive if you're really going to index heavily into what you already have.
Take the Jax early.
Going to be taken here. even maybe a bit of a takeaway. I mean, there's still Renekton available that you can play in the top lane with the Sejuani, but let's see what ends up happening.
Wouldn't be surprised if we're looking towards an R5 Gnar just because it's Zeus. I don't think the Sejuani synergy, on average, necessarily amazing.
There's no counters you can play.
Could be an opportunity.
Like Katarina, Zed are unplayable.
Still wants to have a... Oh,
I love this.
Or Cassante is good.
That's a throwback right there. I assume that's going to be Cassante.
Cassante mid into Talia.
It does look like that's going to be the case, and it's so much follow-up for the Neela ultimate. Once the Apotheosis goes through, you have Counter-Strike, you have Q3 here, you've got Rakan, and you can easily set up the Apotheosis with the Maokai ultimate.
And Talia can't do anything against it.
Super unusual what Genji put together, but you know how it works, and the Gnar you called out, putting it all on the line here, down 0-2.
Biggest
I don't know if Faker used to play a bit of
really
Talia, but I haven't really seen him play much of it in solo queue well. I like his T1 draft.
Was it a bit of ego in game 3? We'll just have to wait and see how it does come out here as a lot of
I kind of like it, but I know that I know what's going to happen mid, and I just think that Chovy is going to be once again more influential. Guma can carry with Draven, but who knows? You think Fake will go Crown?
It has felt like they have been a bit short in the first couple of games. As guys, it looks like we are just about ready to hop onto the rift for game number 3.
Let's go. Final game, gentlemen.
Right now.
Draven can 3 auto attack Cassante. No, he can't. Chovy's like the best Cassante mid in the world. He's crazy of a champion. Here we go.
The battle of 2 wards.
Nah, GG. Unsealed spellbook
actually more than that. As we are moving into game number 3. Genji looking to complete.
Should be first strike or phase rush. Unsealed is wrong.
Top laners are relevant, okay, Velvet? You can't call them wards anymore.
I mean, are they?
No.
I don't know.
It's more relevant.
Chovy's gonna have a field day.
True. Times have changed.
It has increased. I'll echo the sentiment. It has been more relevant as of late. And Chovy, by the way, our exclusive resident Cassante mid. Cassante mid was played in other regions a little bit after release, but it was Chovy who played it specifically with AP junglers like Maokai and the Elise. And he's got a lot of experience.
All right, delaying a little bit of trouble. The Draven Nautilus already getting
Shit, Ignite.
As the damage is being done early on.
Guma.
He's electing to continue trading as Ignite comes down as well. That is
heal.
a very important Gleaming Quill. Any kind of healing you can get at this point in time is going to pay off as Guma.
Look at the mid lane. Oh, God.
And the irony as well, because outside of Chovy, the one guy who we did see play a ton of Cassante, even I think getting a perma against him at MSI, was Faker. Because we saw a lot of utility mids there. Nautilus was another one that I'm sure
went absolute focus and Gathering Storm on secondaries.
But the Cassante was really good as Peanut.
Instead of free farming.
You want to play aggressive here as Draven
Should have mana flow
Nautilus,
Transcendence.
Here we go again. Feels like it's coming through. They're moving forward. Can they get the flashes? As Guma's just running away. They are going to get the one out of Keria as Bramble Smash comes in. The knockup as well.
Wait, Guma's fighting back though.
Can he get away is the question. The answer is no. It's first blood as Guma gets the first.
Oh, Pays 2 kills.
Gets taken down and
I respect Guma for trying.
2-0 on the Neela. This is a huge problem. At least Guma's able to get that early cash in, although it is so minuscule this early into the game.
Got to execute.
He's gonna have to end himself.
He probably will. As you see, Doran
get the
trying
XP.
to maybe get in flash range. Not gonna happen. Execution comes through. Gets the blue buff. Immediately loses it. I suppose that's not great.
That's annoying for Chovy. He actually lost a lot for that roam.
Also the loss of a decent amount of minions down here, especially with how Neela's passive works in terms of maintaining experience. This is going to be a problem. Now, notice how quickly Keria reacts. Watch how he goes straight towards Peanut here, try to block him out from getting into range of Guma. Then flashes, of course, gets collapsed on here, and he commits for one further route. Really well played here by Keria, all things considered. Gets the route there onto Peanut, and Guma commits to get the kill. Will flash and try to escape so he can make sure he gets Pays' flash in return. It's not a good situation here, but I think Keria played it about as well as he could have.
And the most important thing there is that, yes, you get the cash out, but you have barely built up any stacks at this point in the game. And it does mean Guma at least is able to get a bunch of long swords, but
careful.
The attention paid towards the top side of, the bot side rather, of the map here really paying off. His owner will get spotted there. And spotted here again. Peanut, I think should be able to get this Grump. We'll see.
He's trying to get in and smite him.
It's stolen.
All right, Owner's gonna get that at least, I guess.
taking a significant lead here, you know, with that play bottom side. Gets 2 camps up, has a experienced lead, and he's trying to utilize it. Obviously, the early game with the ranged Gnar is winning out against Doran as well here a little bit. So Zeus having some power here top side. And you see the camps are continuing to be taken away by Owner. Best as he can, get some deep vision up here too. So it's not all bad here for T1 in the early game. In fact, they have a slight gold lead.
Yeah,
oh, that's big.
We do have the cleanse. He's going to try to get away. Paze is moving through a ton of minions. It's going to have to back away. Now Chovy has Peanut right here. Once again, perfect timing. Owner might just have to flash this instead. Okay, he does right at the end. Thought maybe he was just going to elect not to, but he does get away.
Yeah, the thing I wanted to say, though, if you're trading an early gold lead on Pace, although he did fall behind substantially in CS, Guma and Kara still doing a good job in the 2v2.
Midbeast, 800k followers.
On Peanut, like
oh, guys, I'm almost at 800,000 followers.
Of the amount of games where Peanut
you want to follow the stream, go ahead.
Early and doing quotation marks.
And if you want to unfollow the stream, then fuck you.
You can see,
I saw it.
I'm committing to the bid.
Cheers.
Because this guy has been incredible at building his way, or finding his way back out of deficits so many times, and Pace fed early, always going to be feeling good here for Gen G. But fortunately, Guma and Carrier, with the knowledge that Peanut on the top side did get a semblance of control back in this
800k followers, but only 4k watching? I know.
Alongside
it's like, what is happening, bro? What are they all doing? Why don't I have 800k viewers right now?
I'll be looking to hit 6 off of another minion. Faker got it first. Obviously, the Cassante can, if given the right position, use the pull through the wall to his advantage with Peanut, who's got subsequent lockdown. May force Faker to flash, for example, but there's a lot of really awkward places here for the Taliyah to try to get over these walls against this duo, especially once Peanut hits level 6.
Taliyah can't do anything against Cassante.
He needs to be respectful of his ult, not going to be impactful
I get
lane.
butt blasted every time I play against it.
Might not be able to use it to impact bottom side either, at least not for now.
Owner kind of hovering down there towards the bottom side, but so is Peanut. He's going to be spotted first as they're looking for another play here.
If they can take down Guma.
No cleanse on Guma. He's getting low, but they're turning this one around as they do have Owner.
Where's Owner?
Waiting in the brush menacingly. Not doing anything for now, but he's still
Chovy has first move.
To pull something off here. Let's see what he's got planned.
Doesn't have 6.
Chill, Faker.
Just gonna go and elect to take the Krugs.
Focus is gonna come in. Delayed holding on to it. Here's Owner. I don't think Gen Z had any idea.
Chovy first move again.
Coming down. They're looking to turn this one actually as some damage goes into Owner. And you see T1 just backs away. Meanwhile, Peanut's gonna take a blue buff. Just stealing that one away.
When does the mid lane matchup become playable?
At the end of the day,
a good Cassante.
Level 6.
Always out pressure.
Okay, they're just gonna pull the trigger. His Owner's still here, but he can't do anything. It's delayed. He might even live. No, he gets taken out right at the end. It is a trade of 1-for-1, but it's still again, Paze has.
You can't play clear against Cassante, trust me.
Series, 0 deaths.
And right there, Delight already had an experience lead.
Jovi's too good at Cassante to get. Oh my god, this dive.
And there's not much that Owner can do. I mean, he's so low as Apotheosis comes in. Pace is, okay, well, this is not the dive we were looking for. As Owner, he does get in, even with low health, and makes something of it.
Can we
anyway,
not, guys?
As we were saying, I do think that Delight's call there to give his own life to deny stacks the Draven, 100% worth. I think this composition from T1 kind of stands and falls by Guma being relevant. And instead, Pace is getting
Zed, thank you for the sub.
ahead, and the Draven is denied a bigger cash out, one that he's really looking for.
Exactly. So it's definitely a trade up, and the fact is, even 10 CS down, the experience advantage you're going to grab as Delight is going to give you 6 first, so you can commit to a play like this.
That dive is
even
so
in a
boosted.
3v3, you always win this when you have this advantage, and Delight knows he's going to die if he goes in for this play. He also trusts that his teammates are going to have the follow-up damage there, and then
why do they should just take Dragon or something.
Wraps back around. This one goes a little bit awry. Really nice route there from Carrier. Before the Apotheosis goes off, he then flashes away.
I guess worst case, they thought it'd be 1-for-1.
The turret does most of the work.
And that does mean that when looking at the goal, T1 is still in a great place in this game.
All right, they're trying to get aggressive again. We just don't have time.
Oh, shit.
Be thrown into Paze,
oh, shit.
Can't quite get the execute.
Bro, Guma almost got that bounty.
Survive, but it is Guma and Carrier pushing them finally. Feels like for the first time in a while out of this lane.
Faker's dead,
Q3 comes in, and Faker, he's got nowhere to go. The combo comes in. He doesn't even bother to flash. Okay, well, he is at the end of the day, as now we have an ult coming through. He's just going all
Wait,
the
what?
way. into the enemy jungle. Meanwhile, we do have this straight that's being taken, and it does go over to Owner.
Faker lives.
He will take it down. Another flash here as Owner just trying to survive, but can he? As the light says, all right, I'll press my R button. Somebody's got to do it.
Doran's gonna kill.
Up in the top side, we have another skirmish going
Faker
on.
should have died there, bro. That's what I'm saying. Like, he should be dead 100%.
No. Gonna see some value out of that Cassante in mid. We'll get Faker's flash.
T1 have a chance of winning still.
Only level 8 here, so that's
they got high set of
very
dragon
long
plus
cooldown.
Faker lived.
He does escape with his life, and once again, Faker shows he is just an escape artist here in our finals weekend. But ultimately, still huge advantage here for Gen.G. It's very fortunate for T1 that Owner's able to secure the smite.
Yeah, that's the big thing, because if they also lose the dragon there, then I think it's a complete disaster. Now,
100%.
Still not gonna feel too bad for Gen.G, but Faker not actually going down, trading evenly in the flashes.
Doran, Hyperproc comes
Oh
in.
my god.
Just barely going to sail by.
That could have been a solo bolo. They're hanging on. T1 are hanging on.
Midbeast,
Midbeast, you're a Faker hater. I'm not a Faker hater. I'm just pointing out mistakes.
It is really fortunate for Doran.
As a man who's
that he has
beaten
teleport
both
advantage
players,
here, so can
and
come
Doper
straight back to
included,
the
like,
top.
I'm
Let's
allowed
watch
to
this
give a
play
little bit of
again here
feedback
with
every now
Toby and Peanut. Toby ideally
Flash
if
knock
Faker
up
is a
into
little
the
bit
back.
closer, can pull him through that wall,
Straight
fully
dead.
So far away from
The
his
heal,
turret.
but Chovy
The
actually
rocks are placed
dashed
well
under
here
rocks for
from
no
Faker,
reason.
and
It
he's able
should have been a
to
kill
just
there.
barely one auto away
Stunned
from
himself.
death, get over this wall, and he also critically gets Peanut's ult out, because if Peanut has ult here, it's a much better fight.
We're just fighting again. It's just never-ending. Owner looks like he will pick up the eye
dead.
as we missed that a lot of times. And
Oh,
actually,
Chovy died to Talia.
taken out in the mid lane. That is going to be a takedown here.
Wait,
The
Faker
second T1,
killed
they
the
also got
Kasane.
that Rift Herald,
It
so
had to
pretty
have been like
nice.
Guma doing damage.
As we see another collector first here, and Herald goes
Give me a
over
little
to
replay.
T1. They get a big kill on Chovy. Zeus,
Oh, he's tiny
in
now.
trouble here.
He ulted.
Well, that angle
No.
wasn't great, to be honest. Peanut's
I
been
think
great,
even if
but
it
that
hit, it was
angle's
going to be bad.
Not it.
Faker waste
a
TP,
bit
but
sus, you could say, but it's going to be okay. They do get the teleport out of Faker, who is forced to go top.
Feels like a really nice win here, though, in terms of getting the teleport away from Faker. It's going to prevent him from punishing plays like this one here, where Pace is going to get further and further ahead, grabs another plate, and, you know, the last Nature's Grasp
game.
didn't quite catch Faker. The top one, they're not going to connect. But this is the advantage in terms of teleport that Doran had here that I was talking about moments ago. He can get back here faster. So, yes, Owner is able to rush this down.
Chovy just got
secure it,
eaten alive
but he's
there.
going to die for it as Doran gets straight back to lane after was a near kill there on the top side.
Yeah.
Just non-stop fighting. Doran gets away, seems pretty easy, but now Carrier's out on the map. We see our supports really trying to make some game-defining plays. You know, Carrier finally gets onto an engaged support. He's played so much Enchanter support. And yeah, we see the smite coming through once again.
That's crazy.
But yeah, it's nice to see now that Carrier gets a chance
He needs
here
his first
in the support
item.
matchup at least.
Faker did go Leandry's, plus he didn't go tier, which I
And
like.
has been making a big impact out on the map. When we get to the team fights, it's going to come down to the execution. I think the zone control for T1 is great, but they do have a very immobile AD carry, and there's a ton of backline threat here for Gen.G. However, Faker's still in a pretty good spot, going for Leandry's as well, as we
Yeah,
do
Faker's
have
in a
some
good spot.
people clumping up here towards the top side of the map.
Guma's alone, and they know everyone's missing, so it's a really good read here from Gen.G. They wanted to spring a trap, but T1 read it better than they did, but they don't hard commit. And with no Nature's Grasp, I think it's wise here for Gen.G to back off, and they're going to try to push mid here instead into
Faker doesn't have anything.
Top side.
I mean, he's got ults. I mean, they're just going to dive on in. The Apotheosis, they kill Faker underneath the turret. No sums, no
He thought he could live
health
through E, but he didn't
anymore,
realize
as now
the
this
cleanse.
craft is going to come into the top lane. As Zeus is trying to get something done, but here comes Peanut. It is Meganar, but the 2v1 might be enough to take down
Thank
Zeus.
you,
They
tower
check
shot.
the brush. They have that set up as a
He's
nice
out.
Nar does come in, but here
Oh,
comes
the smite
from
into
Peanut,
the stun.
just chasing down
Flashes
Zeus.
it.
Flashes over the wall. As now just chasing him down the mini Nar.
See
He's
ya.
not going to be able to get
Gen.G
away.
looking
Peanut
so
just
clean,
taking
gentlemen.
The tower just for fun, and they will take down that kill.
I can't believe Faker stayed on a tower against
Fighting,
Nyland there, just pure
skirmishing,
ego.
But Gen.G are trading up slightly.
He didn't have flash, he's
each and
always gonna
every
die.
time. The Herald gets plate gold top side, but they get to pick onto Faker. Then the overextended Nar.
4,000
It's gonna be
assists.
Peanut's 4,000th assist. And
What the hell?
top side here.
It was a good one.
Lehens,
apart.
Gorilla,
Doran
and Faker, of course,
on this
number one.
Jack's going to be a side lane threat.
Faker LCK stats is not
Gen.G
fair.
in such a comfortable position here, and Chovy is going to have some additional slows
crazy.
on this Cassante now with this item spike, the first mythic online. the first item, rather, his Mythic online. This is going to be a tough fight here for T1 on the second Dragon, but they do have Cryo.
Also important, Zeus might be able to play off of Faker's wall as well. We'll see how they're able to split the fight. As strong as Paze is, fighting for Prio in mid with a Nila alone is really, really difficult, as we can see here. You still need to respect. It's a team fight that I'm
still
more
winnable,
worried
but
about
hard.
when it comes to T1's
The
chances.
Guma's gonna have to do way too much, in my
There is a lot
opinion.
of power in the CC, the follow-up of Faker and Zeus with these big...
Like, Guma has to do
shot
so
for
much,
the,
but then he's into Jax, Maokai,
capabilities of
Cassante,
Meganar.
Rakan. Like,
But
how can you play the
it
game?
does feel somewhat finicky, and if Paze doesn't go down at the start of a fight, you're gonna be in deep trouble. But then you look at Doran, also in a great spot in this game. 2-0 here. Divine Sun were done.
If you can elongate these fights for the Taliyah to burn through with Leandri's, that's also another win condition. Then you can try to use those slower fights to give Gnar the opportunity to go Mega. He's going to just leave this lane here, not going to try to commit to grabbing a turret. Does have teleport, so could join the fight here. Gen G better grouped, and that's always problematic when you have a Nila against you. T1 has to deal
Here we
with
go.
the
Faker ultimate into Cassante. Cassante takes the ult back. Chovy inting a little bit. Wait a second. T1 win this fight. Oh shit! Hey, will not go quietly into the good night.
And really big there, T1.
Wow, Nyla couldn't play.
Unaware, they're not ready. Chovy goes in, feeling I think the necessity because of Faker's wall, but Paze wasn't there. So that was a
Paze
4
wasn't
versus
there.
5, and T1,
Fake it, TP
they're gonna
top.
get the Dragon, putting him up to 2.
Okay, can win,
with,
can win, can win.
Cloud, so gonna get the top side turret. This game remains close.
It certainly does. First brick going over to T1. Now, as you mentioned, Paze isn't here. They have Cryo, but it doesn't matter if you don't have your engage here of the Nila. And while Chovy can get on top of Faker here with Doran, it's just too little damage here for the side of Gen G, and the Gnar is such a big
just
threat
gets
here,
one
gets the
shot.
hop off as well. And without
Taliyah is so good in scenarios like that, as long as she didn't die.
your Nila is really going to only win these fights when she starts them. It's just
Deadly,
not
thank
winnable
you, man.
here. The Draven coming up big, but mostly here it was just very disjointed and
Makes
sloppy
sense.
from the side of Gen G.
Maybe just, you know, the pace of the game so far has been very much Gen G, determining them, going very hard here in these first couple of games in the beginning of Game 3. But maybe this time they stepped over the line, and finally, for it feels like the first time, T1 have a lead in the series. They have the ability to potentially start to gain some momentum now in this game number 3.
And Guma sitting on about 270 stacks, I think, here still. Isn't really in that big of an item disparity if you look as well at what he has finished. Because you might have another fight. Doran nor Faker have TP.
Little play here on a Keria who is being isolated.
Faker has ult to rejoin. I think Keria is dead though.
As the depth charge keeps him alive for a while, but the Maokai
Faker's caught. Faker's caught with no flash.
Soloed by a Jax as okay.
Oh my god, he lives somehow. How does Faker always live?
Still not going to win the fight as T1. They're pushed out of the river. They are pushed now out of mid lane. As
Did he
Gen G
try?
to gain back control of the game.
The Jax didn't even flash on him.
I don't know about this. Doran's got flash.
No, it's Taliyah. Don't do it. Don't listen to the voices, Doran.
No.
Yeah, actually, it would
And now the Herald
outplay
is
there
going
for
to get
sure.
taken here as well by Gen G, and this time Paze is in position to contest his. Oh,
wow, okay. Owner, nice look. Gonna force that flash out of Doran, trading his own flash, but not able to take him out.
you get something at least here, but it's small. As you see, the gold lead is wildly varied throughout this early game, oscillating between about 1,000 apiece here. But T1, they need a team fight win here on this next Dragon. That could solidify their position to get out of this early game Nila, who now has a second item online here. Look at this fight right now.
I don't see how Gumi can carry.
Here onto the
I don't even know if Draven's that
fight
good.
is split. Keria does ultimately get caught, and Doran can block Faker out. He has no vision here in this bush, so he nearly goes down as well. We'll be able to
Oh
escape
my
with that
lord,
shove
he should have
just
died.
narrowly. But a huge win here for Gen.
Yeah, does stay alive there. And that means that the play still nice for Gen G.
How does Peanut only have one item?
Looking towards is how is a actual 5-5 going to look? Because here,
Faker once again doesn't have his flash. He's getting bullied now by Chovy. And even this Leandri is just not able to do too much as the all-out comes through, and that's going to be the end of him. This time, Faker is finally taken out.
God, he's just making so many free mistakes for us Gen G players.
Artist Chovy gets his first kill of the game.
He lived twice, but also died on a tower. Should have died last time. Dies there for no reason.
On Faker, who's flashless from the last play. And there's just no way he can get out, and
you can't side lane like that. It's pure greed.
Watched him when they meet every time from level 1 in the lane.
K'Sante fucks Toledo.
It is just a really rough time here as T1.
K'Sante fucks everybody. K'Sante's
only down a little bit in gold here. They still have those 2 Drakes to sit on here, but the Jax is really starting to become a huge side lane problem. As this is Chovy's first-person view.
Wow, sick replay.
We didn't get to see it because they're fighting again. It just never ends. Just now, this is going to be.
Wait, if Pays dies here, it's GG.
The apotheosis is good, but Guma gets so much gold out of that kill onto Pays.
What? Guma Yushi just ate 1,000. Fuck.
From T1, we'll have to see how they
Chovy's
got that
dead.
one started.
And Guma ends up getting.
If Chovy dies, they get Baron.
Gets the kill.
They might get Baron anyway.
And Gen G, second time in a row, caught unaware, and that might be
Shut
Baron
up.
as well.
T1 trying to turn this into a Baron play here.
They've got it. They've got Baron legit.
Take it. We'll have to wait and see exactly how that one.
They might even get Dragon.
Chovy being there, and a bit of a rocky contest there.
How much gold does Guma Yushi have? I'm scared about what he's about to buy.
Let's see how this one started off as Gen G are
fuck?
grouped here
Peanut
bottom
just
side
got
to
caught.
Shadow Doran, taking out that bottom side turret, and then Peanut overextends.
It looks
here
good
in the
though.
choke
Pays
point,
gets
and
Nautilus
Pays is
ultimate.
caught by a Nautilus ult.
Faker comes over the back, misses
from the
flick,
opposite direction here
puts
with
the E
Weaver's
down,
ball. And it was
Nyla
just
dashes
Gen
on the
G
rocks,
trying to
GG.
hard force that Jax
That's why he picked
advantage
Talia.
bottom side, and they get punished in a big way.
Same
Another
spot,
fight.
Similar fight. The
Oh!
execution, not gonna happen, but Faker will get the job done. And now Chovy, he's trying to run away, but here comes T1, the onslaught. They're finally getting some momentum in this game. Chovy now flashing away.
What?
Might put him in the grave as Chovy is still on the run. And it looks like he is pretty much done for. Ziz on the chase here, and finally he will go down. Ziz gonna pick up the kill.
How the
Really
fuck
think
did they
is
throw a lead like
very
this?
finite timer on how
Hey,
long
hey, hey,
Gen G's
hey,
opposition
hey.
can operate if they start to fall behind. And T1, they want more.
Oh, he's gonna get him, and okay, the cleanse and the flash, but one root could do it. No, Owner gonna go pretty far. In goes Delight, gonna charm up 4 people.
Oh.
May need to pay for it with his life. And Deus hits the Meganar, brings back Pays, and Pays will get taken out as Owner will set up that play alongside of
T1 are back.
The push continuing to come in here from the side of T1, but Doran goes in.
Unless-
takes out Faker, but Guma's just free hitting right now.
Oh.
And it's gonna take out Doran.
Holy fuck, Guma Yushi's angry.
And Doran is
Holy
gonna make a heroic
fuck,
play
Guma
here.
Yushi
They
said,
were gonna be
"I'm
able to
not
bring back some
losing."
kills, but you can see, even with good engage, even when Delight is hitting the multi-charms here, with
What
this
the
K'Sante
hell?
mid and the Nila, that's more engage and burst than actual sustained damage. You just can't win these
Exact
longer
same
fights when you're
play.
starting to fall behind.
Faker's
And once
flick
again,
got it.
Gen G trying to hard force. The reason why Gen G are forcing these fights here, even without contesting objectives, is because they feel like they
You
need
don't
to
rob me of
snowball
my
this
money,
game
please,
further.
T1.
But I would rather see them try to turn off of a Drake start here than try to force into a choke point against the range damage of T1.
This was
And
so
then here,
obvious of a play.
T1
I don't know
pushed those
what Pays was
advantages even
doing.
further. Knows that when
Pays
Delight
flash.
tries to go for the
Oh
turn
my
here,
lord.
there just isn't any follow-up damage. Pays is not a traditional AD carry here. You're running a K'Sante mid.
No. Good Maokai
The
ult, but it's
follow-up
just
from
not.
Doran in what we, this is going to be a really long replay to watch the whole thing, but the follow-up from Doran here is at least heroic, and they're able to
It
secure
is a
kill
good
back.
follow-up. He almost got 2.
And even gets the flash out from Faker, flashing off the auto, and Summer gets out alive. This Drake certainly going to T1.
Holy shit, we might have a series on our
hands.
hands.
So on the cards. And the mental fortitude of this team with their bot lane getting taken down. Level 2. Pays looking incredibly fed. Doesn't seemingly phase them. Gen G not out of this game, of course. I think the wombo combo going
Jax
to
2
remain
items,
very
K'Sante
threatening
2 items,
with some
Nala
of
2
the more
items,
stationary
Maokai
targets
2
on
items.
T1, but
Let's
they
just
are
go. Let's
currently
have a fight.
looking
Let's have a Baron
really
rush.
good in this third game.
Yeah, and we haven't really seen that wombo combo come to fruition just
Oh,
yet. You
there's
can see
so
the
many
big difference in the
gappages.
80 carry role right now. Yes, Pays more of a guy that's going to get these fights started or potentially follow up on a big engage, but now it finally feels like Guma, for the first time in the series, is allowed to carry. He's been trying so hard, And finally, his team has made some space for him to get something done on his trademark Draven.
Yeah, coming back here 3 items strong after what was a very rocky early game. And Gen G, it starts to feel more and more desperate the fights they have to take here. And if they lose control of the map, they won't ever have that turn opportunity I was alluding to on that last Cloud Drake. Because if you can't turn and set for a Neela ult, if you're just walking towards T1, they have better range. They have a Talia. They can cut your team in half.
I actually don't know how Gen G win now.
They also have great engage, and with this Gnar, who's getting pretty tanky
I've never seen a less...
Zeus is secondary
I've never seen like
in these team fights.
A less intimidating Nyla with 6 kills. It's crazy, actually.
I don't think they can do this onto a Cassante.
Yeah, definitely a big fight for Vision right now. We don't have Baron for another minute.
Cassante needs to one-shot Draven. If Draven dies, we win.
The fight for Vision beginning as T1 not
There's
really
legit top gap as well, though.
The
Gnar is really big.
But certainly will have more fighting over that area of the map here as the Baron gets closer to spawning.
And pace, the pace of the game, I mean, not pace the player, has really slowed down after really what can only be called frantic, particularly for LCK standards. I've been very vocal. I don't think the LCK is as slow as it once was.
What do you mean we?
But, you know, almost a kill a minute is still pretty proactive. As we will be getting a next fight here. I'm very certain that T1 is going to start this Baron rather up as soon as they can. And the big thing for me, Guma has flash, cleanse, as well as a stopwatch. And shutting out this Draven is going to be the main goal here. And there is
Fake is going to have one
backline
soon.
from Gen G, with the Rakan, with the Neela, really anyone. But you have to get through Talia, and I think that Talia Gnar specifically with good management of the Gnar bar can be a really big deterrent. Faker getting close to a death cap as well. And once that's finished, he's going to be
Faker really not going stop because
if they overinvest into Guma.
So aggressive.
Gen G have to hard force their way into this pit and have to look for the ability to start up this Baron themselves.
Mav,
thank you for the sub. Still a ways away from spawning here. Both teams are fighting so aggressively for that vision because the defender of the Baron pit will have a massive advantage with how these two compositions clash. And I think picking Guma alone won't be enough here for Gen G because they have that Gnar, because they have that Talia. The light spotted.
Word from T1, from Keria, gonna spot him. That could have been pretty deadly. You know, Guma, he's got all these tools, but still a lot of tools on the side of Gen G to maybe get into that backline. They have indexed heavily into this dive composition.
The fight, if Gen G wins it, is very likely going to be over so quickly as Chovy's role in this game has become rather ambiguous here. As he is a frontline, but not for a traditional AD carry here. He needs to just be big follow-up and additional slows on top of this Neela when they do decide to fight. And as Baron spawns here, T1 have control. Gen G not going to be able to start.
They do it really quick as well.
The Jax in the side lane here is annoying, but he's not pressuring anything directly. He's actually just going to walk straight over here. Gen G really grasping at straws here a little bit, but they push them out.
Yeah, and T1 are going to back out of the pit. Just give it on over. Maybe they're waiting for Faker Spike or something like that. But now Gen G
not wanting to go for a while.
But they're taking their own vision on this side of the map.
And obviously what T1 can do here is they can threaten the Baron, and they can easily give up the Drake. This one in individual not as important for them.
Oh god, wait, Guma.
Oh my god.
Wait, no, what's going on here? He has to cleanse and flash already.
Flash cleanse.
Just to get out of this, and the fight didn't even begin.
And with the
only got Rakan flash.
Faker maybe was trying to bait this with Guma, but it just completely falls flat. And now that tool is gone to contest Baron as well.
Oh, and they
double
have no
knock
idea. They don't have the vision. They're getting
kill the Draven, kill the Draven. Draven stopwatch used. Draven stopwatch used. Draven stopwatch used. Draven's dead. Hayes is still alive. Where's Faker?
Huge here for the line of Faker, and it will not be a straight-up win to the side of Gen G as now Zeus is on the chase. Can he get any more done here with the mini Gnar? He's looking for it surely as the boomerang comes in.
No, guys, reset.
You can see, even when Gen G have these really set up picks, there's a Talia, there's a Gnar, there's more than one threat.
At least we killed the Draven.
Composition for T1.
Nala ate a big bounty there.
Zeus handled the dive so incredibly well with his Gnar.
Faker got like the best possible positioning in this fight. Look at this shit.
Over the wall here comes to light. They get the knockups here, and they're looking for instant deletion. The stopwatch timing here for Guma is perfect.
Oh, Doran just fucked off.
For the Gnar to come through, it's a triple.
Look at Faker to throw rocks.
Over the wall layers so much extra damage and pays. He's kind of
oh my god, he's having the best time ever.
You gotta get out as Gen G. You can't kill this Gnar. You won't be able to chase down the Talia, so you can't control that Baron.
Pretty big there is Faker keeps his positioning and Doran instead opts to jump over. So Faker, if he had Death Cap, that could have been a possibly game-ending play, right? He gets the knockback,
look at his
takes down a
items.
bunch of
So
targets, but Guma not having a stopwatch, although he does get his GA, but no defensive summoners available still, I think, is absolutely huge with the amount of backline
Guma has
that Gen G
GA
has.
You gotta get through him
T1,
twice.
they've gotten themselves to this spot. Can they challenge Gen G in a straight-up 5v5 team fight where you're on similar conditions here?
Watch Faker. Faker has flash and smite.
Starting up now. Peanut gonna throw in that ultimate. Owner in the back of the pit here as the follow-up comes in. They're gonna get.
They're going for Guma. Can they get onto him? Can they get Guma? Paze is dead. Chovy kills Faker. Can they kill Zeus? They run through T1. Chovy killed Faker. Faker doesn't have stopwatch. Faker has smite.
Huge here for Gen G.
That's so big for Gen G.
Gold off of the play, and they've been behind in gold for quite some
That's so
time.
big.
Really even it up as the Baron goes over. Just a little
Watch
bit
Faker die.
behind.
Faker gets soloed.
As you watch this fight, it's all about
Look at
CC
Chovy.
being layered on top of each other as Gen G will
Watch
zone
Chovy.
out the
Stacks
Baron,
his
even
Q,
though Zeus is able to
goes
coordinate
in, knock
his
up,
grasp, but Chovy's flash engaged.
straight
And watch
onto
the follow-up
Faker.
here. You have so much
Pops the
AoE
ultimate.
in this position.
Faker
also
flashes,
comes
Chovy
out
gets
the
the
fight and
knockback.
taken out 1v1 from Chovy, who
Too
flashed
easy,
for
boys.
the engage.
Just too
And
easy.
once Guma is out of this one, it's just an easy follow-up for the Jax. Double
Jax
kill
just
for
gets to sit
Doran.
with the E.
That's the wipe and the Baron going over to Gen G, the team that's in a 2-0 position in this grand finals.
And it all goes back to that play. Guma
Oh my god,
walking
Jax
up to
has
the wave.
2,000.
And I agree with you. I think with Faker immediately using his wall there, that
Should've went
felt like
exhaust
a
or
bait.
something.
But if
Now he's sitting on
doesn't have
smite.
the summoners, the rest of Gen G will get on top of him. There's simply too many tools.
If you don't go Hourglass against Cassante on Talia, I swear you're griefing.
But someone is going to get to him. And now the GA's gone for him. Won't have that available. Zeus will have his. But the gold lead that T1 had mostly evaporated, and we're looking at an even game again.
Yeah, I mean, if you get an engage, you get a dive.
Guma's got cleanse and flash coming up, though.
The damage, which is mostly Faker and Guma. Obviously, Zeus exists, but if you take them out and you just don't allow them to do anything, and the dive composition works in a sense, you know, you could even make that happen from down even farther gold than Gen G was, and they're still behind in
Faker
gold.
ult.
The gold not really not mattering too much here in this game number 3.
Another defensive Weaver's Wall here to try to slow down the Baron. Doesn't feel great to use them like this. Peanut's getting some cross vision here to make sure there's no flanks. They're still going to secure this turret. And T1 coming up empty again. Doran now with Demolish on this mid-inner. T1 are getting pulled apart by this Baron right now. The next objective, spawning 3.5 minutes here, that Drake. Gen G just want to get as much of an advantage with the last part of this Baron buff as they can here. An inhibitor would be huge for them.
Wait, Zeus
just pushing forward. He's looking to get something going, and he might have just
Delight.
Delight gonna get hit with that ultimate, and now
they overcommit here though. Jax is gonna push mid.
But Zeus is looking to keep it going. The Meganar coming in. He's gonna trap Peanut. As now finally they force that ultimate to come out from Peanut.
Jax got mid lane tower. He has a flank now.
And Gen G say, okay, you've got us. You've stopped our push.
You could probably get another. You could have got tower damage there, bro.
As much as he possibly
100%.
can. Going all out there on the movement speed, a lot of aggressive arrest. And
Chovy
it will
TP
keep
bot.
their
They're
base
going for
alive.
another.
Yes, they still have to give up a mid lane turret, but that one was probably going to be gone. Gen G maybe should be able to pick himself up.
They can get this. 100% they get this.
The way that he has. I don't know if you want to go for this.
Wait,
what are they doing?
With Owner coming in, and now Faker actually, who's got exhaust and is on the way. Also, Smite is looking for an engage, but Chovy is so thick. I mean, he just takes so much damage, they can't do anything.
Does this work?
Now, even with Leandres, and now Gen G gonna come over as Keria looking to join the fight. Some counter-strike as
Cassante's sick,
are
bro.
just battering each other right now with the action, with the engages from both sides.
It's an all-out brawl, but no one ends up going down here, and T1 trying to make something happen proactively once again around this Gnar, but they're unsuccessful. I still really feel like if T1 can protect their carries with summoners back up here for Guma now, there's a real world in which they can
Faker's finally got stopwatch.
if they win a critical team fight. the next fight will be for this Cloud Soul here. If T1 win the fight decisively,
Void Staff not enough.
Soul, their chances
And we got Stone Plate, Spirit Visage, full tank
decisive on these fights. The way that Chovy engaged last time, the way they're getting on top of Guma makes it so hard. But at least he has his summoners now, as GA is coming up here very soon as well.
The hard thing, I think, for T1 here is trying to regain map control against the Maokai. Because
order that thing,
trying
boys.
to actually set up for a Soul fight or a Baron contest, which you're going to have to do, because this Baron, I think you got out pretty well. If the next one's going to fall as well, and Gen G gets to shove in multiple side lanes with the threat of that,
Who
it's going to be feeling a
scales?
whole lot worse. Actually trying to regain control is going to be tough. We do see everyone on Gen G going for it back right now, and the opportunity is here for T1 to take control of this pit. Doran,
I usually say Talia would outscale this, but I just don't know, bro.
Defensive,
I just don't really have enough damage.
As well as a Zhonya's available, but I think Gen G now with a fresh
Jax
base,
might just
gonna
become
be making their
unkillable
way
full
towards
build.
that dragon.
I like that T1's play around this Jax, where they know that he has teleport and Chovy does not, so Chovy has to join. He's not going to be able to push topside here, and they actually are able to push Jax away and get control of this dragon pit here. Zeus building up his Narbar on the bottom side. This may be the last fight of the game here if one team wins it swimmingly, and that's basically how these fights go. With the composition Gen G has chosen
Lord Dom
here,
might change
T1
things.
though will give up control.
Maybe.
And it spawns in 20 seconds.
Yeah, this Drake, I think you can just give up.
Oh, they've called
Just one
Zeus.
Drake, but what about one Gnar? Can you just give away one Gnar? Is that okay? Peanut's like, oh, he's still here, and he's got GA.
Faker has ult, but if Faker ults in, he's inting.
This is Mega Gnar that is about to spawn, and yes,
Oh,
it
wait.
does come in, but it's 5 members of Gen G. Chovy gonna get stuck on the other side of that
This takes
wall.
too long.
Definitely delaying some time for Zeus to potentially
Faker,
get away.
get ready for the
damage is
E.
coming in. They really want that GA, if possible, as Whirling Death pulls in.
Oh my god,
and they're
Guma's
just getting
caught.
in up to Guma, as now Keria in the front line
Can we
as
kill
well.
Guma?
The light looking
Faker's
for that
caught.
start. He's going to
Does
pick
Faker
up
get his E out?
Guma in the back line.
Where's the E?
Gonna threaten all the damage in the back line, and so will Peanut and Dorian. They just ripped T1 to
Why did Faker not E there? The Rakan will go stun.
Jungle as they get run around the map,
GG.
and they will be taken out. Gen G
GG, it's
just
a 3-0.
absolutely dominating them here in this fight.
That's gotta be it! Hands off the keyboard for T1. We'll
He
see
used
the
it.
double teleport coming in.
Bro, I reckon it would have been
Everyone's
almost
still
up.
alive. We'll see if Owner
I need to look at the
can maybe
replay
clear
on
the
it.
waves, but still 25 seconds on Faker, still 30 on Guma.
It's like 6-second cooldown.
A day of threes here for Gen G.
Holy,
Three
three
different styles of
sweep.
composition,
What
a
the
3-0,
hell?
And the 3-peat.
I thought for a second they were in trouble there, but Chovy and the Gen G boys coming together too hard. 3-0. It's an easy $200 reduce for me, I'm not gonna lie.
And they take the 3-0, the 2023 LCK Summer champions.
Huge.
And on the
Okay, stop
theme
jumping,
of
please.
threes, in the shadow and following the footsteps of Ruler.
That is so
3
sad.
deaths only
I mean,
in
most
this
people
grand
could see it
finals
coming.
for
Like, Gen G were
FaZe.
heavy
As
favorites
Gen
today.
G
Faker, Azir, Nico banned every game.
And
I think MVP was Delight for the series, chat. What do you think? Who's your MVP?
Them ones in spring last year. But
That Blitzcrank,
even
that
with
Rakan
Ruler
engage,
leading
everything,
pretty
bro.
well, even